bands. My grip bands look like this, guys. Okay? There's 1 inch and there is 2-inch grip bands. So I'm gonna get started. I want to get started. I want to do some wee butt day right here, right now, right here, right here, right now, and let's do this. I mean, I'm like gonna get down and get funky and get to the nitty gritty, okay? So let's do this. You get your grip band. The grip band is not the weed buddy. You don't have to hello. Okay, you don't have to put the band at the front like you would the weed buddy. A lot of you have learned with my other instructional videos that you bring the weed buddy forward like as if it were the new hairline. The grip band is not, it's just an extra grip. So you take this grip band, put it around the area that needs the most help when you're attaching. You know what I mean? So right here, right around here is a good spot because then I can stretch the thread to kind of, you know, sew it right around here, the little hair that she has here. And then when we put the weave buddy on, this grip is going to connect with this grip, okay? And that'll keep it even more secure, okay? So you're gonna be sewing the actual grip band onto the customer's hair. Here, let's get the needle started with where there is hair, okay? This grip band is going to be attached to the corners of her braid. Don't pull too hard on this grip band material because it's very delicate and it can tear on you. So I just want to be able to have a form of extra grip attachment. It helps when you're working with just a little bit of hair. Let me do some more waving. And when it's far away, don't pull on it. Just grab it, but don't pull on it, okay? See, just leave it there. Grab it, but don't pull on it. Okay, so that's on. Let's move on to the nitty-gritty good stuff. For it, even though you've never seen it, never worked with it, I appreciate that, guys. I appreciate how you just have faith that these are going to work and that, you know, when I recommend something to you, you accept it and you take it, and I do appreciate that. This here video is for you. You know who you are. So this is going to be slipped on, and you got to make sure that you look at the front. Make sure that the middle part is aligned with the nose, okay? Let's go ahead and tie these ties in the front. Now, if she's got small ears, you can always just kind of tuck it behind, make that a little bit more tucked. It just depends on what kind of ears she has. But if it works out fine without having to do that, it's better, okay? But sometimes their ears are so small, the whole thing will just go forward. So if she's got a little small head like that, just grab this elastic and put it behind her ear. This elastic eventually is going to go to the back. Okay, so the next step, look at all these wonderful little, let's go ahead and start closing these down and attaching it to the grip band, as well as, you know what, here is where I made the mistake. I feel like this should be tacked down. These little elastics should be tacked down gently, okay? You guys, you think I'm crazy, huh? Okay, here we go. Tack these down gently. Two things, you're just bringing it down, okay, so you can see where it's going down. Now this doll head has a little bit more hair loss than 5 inches, so I have another one coming out. It's called the cranial buddy, and that one's gonna cover more than just the 5 inches. But see, I went back. This is 5 inches, okay? So this person obviously needs more than 5 inches, but this one will work on someone that has, this is about 7 inches hair loss and going towards the back. This will work better than just the Weave Buddy one where it's only 3 inches up in the front. This will work better, but you know, if you're gonna, since you're going to, you should choose the right one. You should always choose the right one if you can. If you have a choice, you know, choose the right one. So there is going to be one similar to this, but it's going to be called the Cranial Buddy. That Cranial Buddy is going to have a unit that's going to go down. See, okay, so now I'm just kind of gently bringing these down. I don't want to do any pulling, no pulling. Just bring these down. Try not to pull yet until you have this attached real good, like the actual Weave Buddy, okay? This is just gently bringing these over so it could start wrapping around the customer's scalp. But you don't want to you don't want to pull too tight, because look what I did. I pulled tight and I pulled the Weave Buddy back. And now we're going to get back to where we were, you know, starting to shape the piece so that it could take the shape of the customer. Now make sure you choose the right unit. If you have a customer who has more than 5 inches of hair loss, you want to get a different unit. Protection, a lot of, you know, a really good strong foundation, because, you know, if she hardly has any hair, she needs something that's going to be firm to keep her hair in place. So what I'm doing now is I'm closing the slits wherever I see any. What that does is it's shaping the Weave Buddy onto the customer's scalp. Let's go down here. Close these little slits up. This is where I removed before. I'm so excited for ladies. I will be the ones who ordered this unit. I will be sending you this video. Make sure that your stylist checks it out. And like I said, I always love it when I make a mistake. I don't always make a mistake, guys, but I love it when I do make a mistake, because then you could see how I fix it. Do you see where that grip band is right there? I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of it, okay? So that it can be attached to that. It's moving again. And I'm gonna go to this, travel with the needle, go to this other side and attach it on this side to that grip band. I'm gonna go over here. Be careful with your customer. Make sure you don't poke her. But I'm talking to pros. I know you know what you're doing. So let's move on here. Now, see how this part reached the Weave Buddy? So we definitely want to use the customer's own braids and stuff for sure. But the grip band is awesome because, you know, you can use that as well to help in the attachment where they're lacking hair. I can't wait to see. I got about 8 pre-orders on these. This video is for your stylist, and I can't wait to hear how you guys do. I will be sending you these videos. So right now we're just attaching the back side, but making sure that it doesn't slip back. You see the front? It's not slid back now. Okay? It's in place. As you can see now, this is starting to take shape and form. I'm closing the slits. You get more details about closing the slits on my in my class. You get more details about everything. I do like to share, and I do like to let you guys know you can handle it without taking my class. The benefit of taking my class is that, you know, you have my undivided attention while on the day of the class, because you know, if you take my class, you'll be watching instructional videos that I send you. You're going to get a little kit. Prefer if you study the application once before we take the actual class together, before I train you. On the training, you're gonna be like me. You're going to be sitting here and you're going to be showing me, just like how I'm showing you, you're going to be showing me your understanding of the Weave Buddy application, and I'm going to be watching like a hawk, and I'm going to be letting you know what you are and are not doing right. You are allowed mistakes, and I hope you make them, because I'd rather that you make the mistakes with me than with your customer. People get real nervous sometimes at first, but then I help you. I help you feel more comfortable. You don't have to worry about, you don't have to be nervous with me. I'm here to help. I'm here to make sure that you learn it right. So excited about this particular unit. It covers the whole perimeter of the hairline plus a little more all the way around. This particular unit, if you wish to use it for crochet, you're gonna let me know in the notes, or you're gonna let me know. I am gonna have a place, when I have this online, I am gonna have a place where it says sew in or crochet. If you're gonna choose it for a crochet, the only difference is that I send you a craft knife so that you can open up the elastic, okay? Just like all of my crochet units. You know how on the crochet units you have to open up the silk. Now, you never, I always tell you guys, you never open up the silk on the actual clients. So when you get this unit, if you're going to be using it, like I said, you tell me in advance so I could send you one of these, and then you open up the slits, not on your customer, You open up the slits on your own. You know, you can get one of these on Amazon, which I have. My claw. You can get the claw to hold it. You can get your customer to hold it for you, but do not open up the slits on your customer. Closing this up, just like you would all the other pieces. So I've got some snoring dogs in here. If you hear any snoring, hello, hello, hello. And so yeah, so we're closing this side. Close the other side. Tighten this up so it's nice and tight right here. Once you have completed all of this nice and firm, we're gonna slip in our protective paddles. When you're working in the front, you want to make sure you use your protective paddles to protect the customer from getting poked, okay? Then that can be protected too from being pulled while you sew. Okay, so use those protective paddles. I am closing up the slits. When you close up the slits, you're just making it fit onto your customer even better. Nice fit. I've got some extra tricks up my sleeve, but I share those with my students. This is a very general video. If you want to get more details, more nitty-gritty, take my class. It'll be well worth it. So I'm just closing this big guy up. I call this the big slit. This video is very important to me because a lot of, the customers who did believe that I was, going to deliver something awesome, this is for them, because they believed even when I didn't even know exactly how this was going to be finished. I just knew that God had a mission for me and that it was going to be an amazing piece. It's not my doing. I thank and praise God. He gives me the visions. You'll be able to order it with middle part, free part, no part, side part. So you'll be able to have different kind of parts, different kind of styles for it. You'll even be able to order it if you use frontals and you like that look where you part all around this area. You want the edges real flat. You'll even be able to have that. Protective paddles are for when you are sewing at the front and they come off, they don't stay. They're for when you're sewing at the front and you don't want to poke your customer's edges, okay? Because not just with the sewing the Wheat Buddy on, but also when you're sewing the hair on, you want to leave the protective paddles on because that'll keep you from accidentally poking her scalp or her little, or grabbing her little baby hairs or her little fuzz, that she may have up in the front. Right now we're making sure that this gets gathered so it's nice and flat. And since the grip band is underneath, I am attaching this to the grip band. See how it's flattening up? Now, this doll head I grabbed actually needs the cranial body, which is not out yet, because it will be able to cover a little bit more going downward. Also, we have a lot of other units. The Reina collection has all kinds of severe hair loss units, cranial prosthetic units. But if you are liking this unit and you want to use a unit like this, but your customer has a little bit more than 5 inches of hair loss, then you're going to enjoy the other one that's coming out that's called the Cranial Buddy. Okay? But look on my website because I do have a lot of, cranial prosthetic units that cover all types of hair loss, okay? So look on my website. Today I'm trying to just only stick to talking about this Crown Buddy because it's coming out on my store very soon. So I want people to have some type of instructional video that you can take a look at. This is a very general video, but I want you to be able to have something. And hopefully, if you are ordering this piece, hopefully you have now, let's go ahead and remove some of these elastics. You could either remove the elastic or you can sew them into the braids. Some people just like, they love elastic, and I just added a bunch of elastic on this to bring everything flat and down. We're almost done here, ladies. And I'm very, very excited about this unit. I'm so excited. It's just so many women were reaching out to me, with the situation where they have the perimeter hair loss on the edges plus a little more, about 5 inches. So, the Lord told me it's time. It's time to bring this out because I had been having flashes of something like this, but it wasn't time yet. But you know how it is when it's time. God starts nudging you, and you can't even, really focus on anything else until you do what He wants you to do. I mean, that's how it happens with me. So I was like, all right, I'll get this done. Took me days upon days upon days to finally finish this design. But I am very pleased getting the final touches of this. Try to work simultaneously on the left and on the right so that you don't pull too much on one side, you know what I mean? And it's just when you're teaching or when you're talking, doing live, not when I'm teaching my students, I could focus on my students. But when I'm doing a live, I'm kind of all over the place. It's very different than when I'm teaching. When I'm teaching, I'm very, very focused. So for those of you who watched this earlier, don't let it scare you. I'm just kind of all over the place, but I really am a good teacher. Let's go ahead. Just want to finish this up, but then you see how this is like shoop. So yeah, anyone who is interested in finding out more information on this unit or on my classes, let me know. I'm here. I'm going to get rid of these little things. They're just there for extra support. Notice that stylists love elastic and they love to use it. But it's not necessary. You can just take it and be like, shoop, shoop. It's not necessary, but again, stylists really like using elastic. So I thought, I'm gonna give them some extra elastic. I'm not sure if I'm keeping it or not. So for those of you who get it with elastic, enjoy it. I'm not sure if I'm keeping it. So here now, I just want to make sure that this piece now, all of my units come with an elastic in the back and those two in the front. Those are staying for sure. Okay? Just not sure about all these. Okay. So make sure everything is nice and sewed down and on there. And then in the front too, close the slits everywhere. But so see how that wrapped around? Now it's ready for you to do a crochet, a sew-in. If you're going to do the crochet, make sure that you open up the slits, open up the little holes on the lace before you work on your customer, not on your customer. No. So she's either going to hold the Weave Buddy for you so you can do the slits, or you can get, I looked it up on Amazon as the third hand, and I got this. Okay, these are real cool. It's heavy, so it holds on to whatever you're working on, and so you could do it that way.